Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Morph coming to you with another video. Love y'all. Today's gonna be a little bit more serious. It's like too much stuff that is just going rampant in these communities of people talking about waiting on their God-ordained husbands, wives, and apparently people are still on that video I released about how just Emily has been leading people into deception of thinking that it's okay to go ahead and sleep with your quote-unquote God-ordained husband before you actually get married, because their thinking or reasoning is, since you know somehow this is your God-ordained wife or husband, it'll be okay for you to go ahead and sleep with them. God is saying that it's okay because he revealed that this is your quote-unquote future husband or wife. Joined y'all together. Ain't how it work. Ain't how it work. So hope this video is not too long, but I've seen some things like in the comments on that video. If y'all go in there and read a lot of that stuff that some of these people are posting on my video about that, it's starting to get a little real. So here's what I'm going to bring today. Being on this subject a little while ago, the Holy Spirit led me to, he just said, hey, go look up the word fornication. I look up the word fornication. Here's what I found. That, I mean, we all know the general idea of what fornication is, but this blew my mind. I'm just going to read it to y'all. Well, let me say this. We typically just think of fornication as the act of having sex before we're married. Period. Is mainly what we think about, and that being a sin. But let's break this down a little bit. I'm going to show y'all what God revealed to me. So I look up the word fornication, and I'm led to, I think I got it from the concordance, but I'm reading. Yeah, I was on my phone looking at the Strong's Concordance, but they all are the same thing. This is actually the corresponding dictionary of the Strong's Concordance, and the same number would be in the concordance or the Hebrew definition, number 2181. It says, and I'm going to skip down a little bit because there's a lot of definitions, but this is the one that God had highlighted to me. It said, to commit adultery. Okay, actually, I'm going to read the whole thing because it's going to make sense. The prime root, highly fed and therefore wanton, that's W-A-N-T-O-N, to commit adultery, usually of the female and less often of simple fornication, rarely of involuntary ravishment. Figuratively, to commit adultery, and this is in parentheses, the Jewish people being regarded as the spouse of Jehovah. That part right there, y'all. That part right there. Let me say that again. Figuratively, to commit adultery, in parentheses, the Jewish people being regarded as the spouse of Jehovah. Blew my mind. I'm going to let that sink in. Well, a half a second. There we go. So what God was showing me with this is we are the bride of Christ. The church is the bride of Christ, is it not? This is talking about the Jewish definition, going way back, going deep rooted, going all the way back. The Jewish people, viewing it as, and I wasn't going to read the first part of the definition because it says usually referred to of the female, and I don't like that because it kind of make it sound sexist, but it's actually not. When you think about the bride of Christ, all of God's church is considered the bride of Christ. He's considered the bridegroom and will be coming to retrieve his bride, us, one day with, end times, rapture, all that good stuff. So it's not really just talking about a female when you read into it, when you study. And on the flip side of that, you do see stories like in the Bible where the woman was taken out saying, oh, she was committed fornication, where all the Pharisees was trying to have her be stoned and everything. So you do see a lot of stuff like that. And we just know, like, there is a lot of sexism in the world, double standards. Men can do what they want. Women not often viewed as being able to do what they want, being all flamboyant and out there like that, which I'm not condoning either way being good, but I'm just saying y'all know how the culture is. As of late, it's not as bad as it used to be, whereas it's more so viewed as, oh, the men are that way and the women are not. A lot of times nowadays, the women are just as bad as the men. It's still, I would say, slighted quite a bit, but it's not as bad as it used to be. So I'm just going to throw that out there. So that's a part that I really didn't want to focus on, the sexism part or whatever, because it's just not right. Sin is sin is sin. But my focus is about the fact that this is talking about the body of Christ. So this is saying to us that when we fornicate, we are committing adultery against Christ. We are committing adultery against God. Let it sink in. We've always thought about just fornication is a sin, thinking it's wrong. But when you really get to the depths of like how it's wrong, who it's affecting, why it's wrong, man, that made me feel a whole nother level of some kind of way. Like, I had already committed myself to striving to not fornicate and wait until I get married. But y'all, like, that just brings a whole nother level of understanding as to reinforcing the fact that we should not be doing that. That is extremely powerful to know that every time you are committing any type of sexual act outside of marriage, you're fornicating, you're committing adultery against God. That's crazy. Freaking mind-blowing. Who and how many people have y'all heard talking about or saying that? I really hope that this helps to correct and open up y'all minds and change a lot of y'all views on fornication. Because, for one, a lot of people look at fornication who are struggling in that and haven't tried to turn against it yet. Like, it's literally just a choice. Like, I can just commit sin against my own body. It's my choice. I can do what I want to do. And we know, it could bring other consequences. People have talked about, quite a bit. Like, oh, well, yeah, I didn't get to save myself for the person I was going to marry. Stuff like that. Or deeper, people getting married and thinking about because they didn't wait, that they have all these different emotions that come up and viewpoints, like comparison of the person that you're sleeping with, you thinking about other people and bringing these other people into their spirit, those soul ties into the relationship. The comparison, going back to the comparison, it's like a big thing. It's huge, a lot of stuff. But this is just like another layer on top of that, which actually is the foundational layer underneath it all, that, this is God talk. Like, we're not even talking about us humans here on earth. We're talking about the divine, the greatest one, the reverence one that we're supposed to be trying to strive to commit our lives to. We say we love God. We say we want to follow God. But in this area, it's a big struggle for so many. We think about even, like I said, any type of sexual act, like even masturbation. It is sexual sin. That's the one that people want to have in gray areas. It is sexual sin. even doing that, when you ain't even got nobody else around you, if you by yourself, you are still committing adultery against God. That is crazy to me. It's in here. It's been in the word this whole time. We never realized. Man, leave a comment on that if you knew that. Please do. I'd like to know some opinions on that one for sure. I'm stunned. Like, I'm just like utterly amazed when I was shown that a few days ago. I'm like, wow, let me enlighten some people. Let me tell y'all what I found, what I saw, what God showed me. And to, like, y'all tell y'all, go back and look at the comments underneath that video I made. And you'll see, like, this last person, like, I left a long, like, post back, you know, responding to what she was saying, because my heart just went out for her, just like her view. And I'm just like praying, like, I really hope that God hadn't turned you over to like a reprobate mind type of thing, and this is just the issue that you need to grow in. You know what I mean? Because when you seeing people like really straight up believing this stuff that this girl and other people, she ain't the only one doing that, the people are saying that it's okay to do this. They're literally saying it's okay to sin, and saying that they're prophetic, they're this, they're that. And people are like, you go and read that comment, it is like crazy that she straight up believes this. So I ask you guys to pray with me for her and the whole community of people that's being like this, because we all need some help. But right now, this is a targeted thing. It's a huge thing right now. So this is God led me to say it for a reason. I'll put it like that. It's like always with everything you have me to say. So again, it's just food for your spirit to meditate on that. Think about that. The choices that we making every time we do these things, like, this is a whole nother level. Who wants to be the person to commit adultery? Really? Who really want to commit adultery against another person? But on top of that, who want to commit adultery against the Most High God? Y'all take this video, and hope you're getting something from this. I just couldn't believe it. That's all I got to say. Just try, pray, read your word, meditate, worship. Get in your word yourself. That's another thing. Don't have people out here just telling you stuff and you listening to them. Get in the word for yourself, because you still starving. You listen to other people trying to have these people be your light to tell you anything. You ain't reading it for yourself, number one. So you don't know if it's stuff really in the Bible or not. Number two, this is your own personal food for you to get filled. You can't be eating off what they regurgitating to you. That crap that girl over there talking about is a bunch of mess. Completely blinded. I digress. You guys, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, comment, share. Love you, beautifuls. Bye.